I ain't gonna use no profanity on this, right? Didn't I say if you do anything that is against the will of the people who is controlling your narrative, they're gonna use whatever means they have to mess up your narrative. I don't want no homo. I don't want no dudes around me. I don't want no females who are using that other side. I know these women like to use homo tactics so they can say a certain narrative. They do weird things. They hang out with fagos and they act like they ain't dirty. I done missed about 10 appointments. I had scheduled 10 appointments. All of them got canceled because somebody wanted to play with my phone all day long. Phone keeps cutting in and out. Stuff not downloaded, stuff not getting sent out. I can't send nothing on my phone. I can't use nothing on my phone. I can't do anything. So I'm like, man, what's going on? I have to leave from where I'm at to go somewhere so I can be able to use things. And like I said, I got a nice phallus. Brain on pineal gland is on A1. Crystal gland is on A1. That's more than just the brain. Like I said, got nice pine cone. What you mean? I told y'all a lot of these folks want to play with Peter. They playing the other side of things. They talking about they hanging with Satan, but they doing the other side of things. Who's Satan? The Lord of the Earth, right? Who's the Joker? Who's the Joker? Because everybody just says the same thing and they regurgitate the same information. A bunch of clowns sit around and do the same thing over and over. It's all about plasma energy and it's about discharge and a charge. Who's the charger? Who gives the energy? Who absorbs the energy? Who releases the energy? Come on, man. It's the same narrative, man. Bunch of goofies, man. Somebody gonna put their hands up in the air in a minute and do their little dance. Now, what's the opposite of happy? You gonna say, is it if a guy show up and go through the door, I know they on the cap. They just using wordplay. All it is using the narrative. And somebody say we gonna watch Baby Shark in a few minutes. It's wordplay. That means a female gonna show up. Some kid shit. So if it's on kids, it's on the knees, right? Now look, check gang. This is the guy I've been hearing about. I wasn't supposed to be in here because Jared wasn't supposed to be in here either. Now listen, why am I across town? I ain't got nothing to do with this man, but he talking about his name is something that I heard, and I'm like, and I kept getting visions and dreams about a certain person. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna never meet no fucking nigga named Jared. What the fuck? What the hell is this about? But here it is. This clown is in the facility saying his name is this. So I guess there ain't no Spartans in here either, right? She just tried to tell me what to say and what not to say. Because it's on the women, right? So if it's on the negative, it's got to be on the positive. Because they just doing role reverses. If she moves her left arm, she's gonna move her right arm, right?
So that's they probably most of them will sign together.
Now listen, how can a female get to use the ability to say somebody's small and big? She can say, goddamn, if this is true and that's not true. But you telling me, if I know how my shit swing, I know my balls hang good. My dick swing good. No cap, that's the phallus, right? I'm being very blunt with it because I'm getting tired of a lot of individuals using arms and legs to say they're surviving things, you know what I'm saying? They're saying that they ain't doing this wicked thing, talking about, you know what I'm saying, killing and all this espionage and 007 shit, you know what I mean? Now pause. Didn't I say it was a guy gonna show up and they trying to use a narrative? So they use key words, which, you know what I'm saying, if we're going to use the key, that means the female is going to be pulling up in a second as well. But key also means goddamn aura, energy. This ain't my key. Now listen, since she wants to use the yellow and the 4, which I know is on the hiss, which I know is either on, it's on certain things, it's on the east or it's on the south, you know, southeast. I mean, you tell me, if you flip it upside down, what is that? If you flip it back right, because I know that woman is from the Middle East, so that means what? I don't like giraffes. I don't like nothing from Africa. So since I know it's on the southeast and we gonna flip it, so that means somebody's got to be in the street, right? Because we going back to the street, because that's where they all got to go anyway. So that's back to the west. So it's got to be back on goddamn what? So since it's gonna be on black and white in a minute, the color code is gonna be black and white. Homegirl just said what is on the 300, right? She said nobody say it, cause it's on black and white, cause it's the same pattern codes, cause they've been learning this since they were young. It's like opening the Quran and learning. If you know astronomy, anatomy, and all that other stuff, it's the same stuff, right? So when you do that, you gotta loop it back and use the pattern. Since I don't want nobody on my hips, right? Since I don't want nobody on my hips, and I don't want to use what's the other thing that's over there? I don't want to use the calf, because somebody's got to be wearing shorts, right? Somebody's got to be wearing a skirt. It's got to be a skirt over here, some low level pants or whatever. I don't want none of that.
So when we hit the Bob Evans, so I don't have to be about 45 minutes, right?
He's going the other way, south. He's saying south, but he's saying goddamn.
Okay,
But,
excellent.
like I said, bro, it's just cold and fall.
So how did it go on Friday?
I think good, but I didn't say much.
Now, like I said, since we got to go all into the 6, because we got to use Western philosophy, right? Because they switched everything. And ain't no telling, because it's walkers. And when you walk so far, you got to get to the ice, and then you got to goddamn go around to the other side of things. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in a rush, though. That's for horses. Now listen, she about to receive the cash in a second, right? Because she talking about, she said, hey.
Hi, Chanel, this is Daryl.
Man, this nigga just said that thing was something totally different. I told you I'd be doing some homo shit, some weird shit in here. The nigga just flip-flopped his name, folks. I swear to God. So I'm gonna go back to where I was before I leave here, and I'm gonna make sure I record that scene too. We'll do a video in there, see if they do some weird shit, and let me run around and see if somebody's legit and who's not legit, and see if somebody's lying. And listen, bro, you flash cash around, they say you telling truth. You start flashing currency which has no value. Money holds no value. Gold and elements, especially when you are around a bunch of culture vultures. I'm gonna say this again, culture vultures. It's a lot of culture vultures in here. Advocates of stealing other people's things and implanting themselves and say they're native to the land. The story of these people who say that they're native to the land or Indian are not the real people. Now, nobody say rock. Because if it's something hanging from the center of the room, that means there's a gin in here that's supposed to be goddamn being smoked. Off the 33. But only reason I can't talk, because I wasn't taught. So if you've taken advantage of me, that means you're a sicko. So I'm gonna say this again. If you're taking advantage of someone who cannot talk, that means you're a sicko. Now, if you know where you're supposed to be because you can see certain things and you have people helping you, that means you flexing muscle. That's something I don't need, because if you're feminine, I don't want you flexing no muscle. Now, since I ain't a rabbit, I ain't no pea brain, I know goddamn well what side it is on. Now, I ain't gonna meet none, but I ain't sipping good. Now listen, since they saying they want the higher thing to feed on the lesser thing, how am I supposed to win? Because if I'm supposed to be the eternal flame, how are these people winning it? How the lesser keys winning the game? So I already know there's a heavyweight coming around here, because the cheaters are winning the game right now. Since you gotta spin over, because that's a certain yoga technique, right? It's a technique. So when you use the scorp, you gotta use a certain thing. I don't gotta do no rituals. I already know what the tub is. And Lord clogs you up. Lord knows. Because all we trying to do is finesse words. Where we at? We back over there by Palestine. They more of the original people than the gypsies or the Jews.
So let me interrupt here. Why are they putting you in another person in the building?
She is so teeny tiny
But she's not the problem.
Conversation is dead.
Do you see where I got upset?
I know, but that's it for you. It's teeny tiny, little, I know.
He's not gonna get through. The conversation is over with. Because when you expand so much, if you're small, listen, if you're small, it's the end of a cycle. If you end a cycle, that means what? There's something new that is arriving into the universe. If you're small, there's something new that is expanding into the universe, which means there's another elements of the verse restarting. So that cycle is not about to happen for quite some time. Hence again, they made their cycle, they closing it out, they about to go a different way. When it's massive and expanded upon, that means it's right there. They haven't imploded it. It's like Son Goku when he was goddamn. Like I said, when they want to usurp you and steal from your crown, they do certain narratives. They wait for moments so they can jump into the convo. Since I know he gonna move his arm, they gonna start chopping it up in a second. Since they already set the narratives of saying they chopping it up, they gonna be cutting up the dope. So if they cutting up the dope, it's gonna be on Coca-Cola products. They're going across the other way. That's not nobody I need to see. None of these people are related to me or anything conclusive to me. Now let's see if we can move some seagulls over here, since we got some observers.
Well, this plan, that's their problem. There's no problem.
Alright, look. Now if I make some birds show up over here and they show up by this door, y'all know what it is. But y'all can do something more incredible than that. Y'all can do something way more epic than that. Nigga could probably goddamn make the trees, because they say, nobody say monkeys, right? Nobody look for monkeys. Because if a monkey show up in here, I swear to God, it's going to be goddamn over with for your ass. Now, if this tree bow down and lean, like how they try to make Adam do the same thing, because you know what I'm saying, all it takes is two positives and a negative to make something goddamn elements arrive. I mean, if they're not appropriating what I'm saying right now and using it in a spin, because they're using a cycle. Let me see if I can make the tree lean. Because if they say it'll bend like a blade, that means they didn't cut me. They didn't cut me like how they thought they was going to cut me. We don't need no fans in here. I told y'all, I could make the air cut off too. I was doing that shit the other day. I was fucking around in there. And they got bugs all in here too. Now look, this facility is claimed to be so clean and all that, but they have rodents in here, they got bugs in here, and all kind of shit. Agriculture vultures, bro. Now, why would they play this song? Listen, out of all songs, I don't need nothing to get lower than me. I don't need nothing lower than my waistline, man. Catch a step, though. Catch a step, though. I already know that nigga hovering. He trying to say he floating, though. I don't like purple. Unless it's mixed right. Now listen. Hey, look. Nobody's gonna speak to me. You know why? They don't want me to vibe right. Now look. I'm gonna point somewhere, and if anybody get caught for having something in any of these places or any of these vehicles or any of these folks' family shit, I'm gonna catch them too. Oh, they got Kukulkan and a fake Santa Claus. Santa Claus ain't really Santa Claus. He putting his hands up, but they talking about sending the energy up to your what? It's on the womb again. Why was he? This man is super rich. Why he talking about somebody watching him? Why would they be watching him?
Nobody gave me a heads up, nobody said we're gonna do this, nobody said we had anybody to already fill it, or nobody said, okay, we're gonna use this person and this person on this hour, and this person on that hour, and I was like, all I could think of was if it had to do with working on that kind of push button, but when somebody comes
Like I said, it's always in and out, and then you got the ones that sit around.
Sue, there's responsibility, and let me know, or Amy has responsibility for letting me know. Anybody, Amy was gone, and I was so embarrassed, oh yes.
Here they said what's gonna show up. Now that's a flip, cause that name could get flipped, and that's also a dual flip. So I know it's on red. Nobody say you got nothing with no Mac. Nobody use no horseshoes. So since we using horseshoes, since they trying to pull something, right? Cause somebody has to get to the door. Nobody use Kukulkan. Nobody use anybody who's talking about they got that energy, that power to manipulate the earth.
That was the only thing I listened to, and I was like, and I said, and it didn't make sense.
Now these folks sick, so I know it's gonna be a lot of soup drinkers in here in a minute. Soupa, soupa, soupa. It's like a soap opera, man.
Or if I didn't,
Now listen. This food about to show up. Didn't I say them birds gonna start showing up? But that's crows. I don't want that. I said my seagulls gonna show up, right?
by the way, when I found out that it's gone, when it was, then Keith was looking up. I'm sorry, but I wasn't gonna keep letting it fall. If all this was gone.
I literally almost made this tree, baby. On soul.
I'm sorry.
If you reach, I teach. So since he about to pull up, he crossing. I gotta make the move the other way. I gotta shift. You gotta shift.
There's something fishy going on. Yeah.
There's something under, and I don't.
So that's the way I wrote,
I ain't gotta speak on Krishna and all that too, man. That's all the same shit. This is the same 13, man. Just on the ladies, man. We got disciples in here. Merry-go-round. Now, seeing as I know it's on the serpent, so it's on Eve, so we got to spin it back to the negative. It's on the snake. You know what I'm saying? The lotus, it's the same shit. Black lotus, they're going to cross that way. So they ain't going to do it yet. They got to cross that way. They got to challenge me, so they got to use the red thing. Nigga try to steal my, somebody try to steal my seagull. Somebody tried to steal my seagull. They were being extra salty. I was trying to sell it across. Somebody gets smacked because you know what I'm saying. You got to do the routine. Now, since so many things in the egg, 12 got to be around here, right? Now, since it's on red, I ain't got to look for it because I know it's a shift. It's a shift. I ain't got no halo around me, bro. I ain't got no helix. Got to shift back the other way. I'm not looking for the right. I don't care if these hoes talking or not. I ain't looking no way. Fuck that shit. And I don't need nothing. If I see too much white, I know it's some goddamn. Why I'm looking for these niggas? I know where the heat at. I can keep my balls hot as a motherfucker. I can keep my dick hot as a motherfucker as well too. No disrespect. Ick. I know where my stick at. I don't ride broomsticks. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Listen, I'd rather bump my forehead and kiss the ground before I sit here and bow down and kiss the ring. Before I kiss the ring, you welcome. Before I kiss the ring, I bump my head on the fucking ground and kiss the dirt. They want you ducking fades. Like, they not looking for the cab. But everybody has an agenda. They trying to reach something. Like a soccer player trying to score. Y'all teach me something.
Go to the start with candle, then go to the middle school,
I guess they punt me.
have lunch, come back to candle.
They got to point at it. Make a point. You got to punt. But we ain't going to that place. We going to Benaban. We going to Benaban.
So, like from, 8:10 to 12:15, no, 11:45.
We don't need to go to that place. We going to goddamn back the other way. They at the walls right now. They trying to Jericho that thing.
2:50, come back to candle and 8 to 8 at candle. Just one street.
We got the cannibals in here. One of them snake ladies gonna show up.
Because sometimes if you don't speak up, they feel like, oh, you can do whatever we push. So first of all, they hired 20 calls, 20 buses. I didn't know that it would be a CI classroom because it has been say special and resource. And it would be the CI and it's okay. So I was from 2019 to this 2020. I don't think that's difficult to do. Who doesn't have any experience with teaching or with any kind of teaching. I had a teaching certificate and all. They know that. So I don't. Things like that. You know,
Pop, pop, pop.
I know, but my husband says, don't think about it. You are at, you feel like that you are at home, because it's walking distance from your home. So I'm not spending that much gas money. So I can take it as a blessing. Yeah, but I can take it as a blessing. Yes, right?
Oh, they looking at the game. They looking at baseball. All right, man. But I'm out this, man. This is fruitless information and fruitless energy. And I gotta do this all over again tomorrow. It's like somebody constantly going through this. Listen, I'm gonna ask y'all this. If you constantly playing the same video game over and over and over, does it not get repugnant? Does it not get stagnant? I mean, if you're not doing nothing, like I said, they trying to crack something open. They trying to catch a nigga for a chick, right? They trying to be troublemakers. Now listen, the GMOs ain't flowing right. Ugh. He said he went and got the bag. He ran a heist. He came out of the backfield. He said he was taking off. It's really the women though. RB. I'm gonna pop in another store and Active Food too. I ain't got nothing else to do. I wasn't even looking for that stuff. I was like I said, when I found out that the light poles and the energy circuit breakers and all that stuff is basically a drawn copy of everything that you've seen from old history and ancient times, and they stealing energy and then they charge you for it. I said, man, this is nonsense. When you got a fracking drill, when you got a frack to steal oil from the earth, it's nonsense. When you got to use light poles and light fixtures to say certain things and you know what it means, y'all twist it. When you got to stick your tongue out to say that you about to do some clown shit, because it's really, excuse my lingo, some clown nonsense. It's the same thing as saying you trying to say you using the other side. You trying to flood the energy with nonsense. But everybody say they're above the defecation. I mean the definition of defecating on themselves. Because they steady doing it. They steady crapping on themselves to throw it at people like monkeys. They crap on themselves and then they throw it at everybody like monkeys. Now I got this twisted individuals. They following me around through a different spiritual because they said they rode around. That means I'm not in tune with the real God. Then I'm not in tune with the true Creator. If I got people using stuff to sit here and make me go crazy, so I know they looking for that skeleton because it's a game. They meant for you to go insane, and then they laugh and reap the benefits of you passing away.
So Rob was there, obviously.
It's another wave.
Did you do it?
Now we're mourning. I told y'all, listen. Since we on the wave, we spewing information. We here to do certain things. If we here to kill something, they want you to go insane. They want you to go crazy. They're gonna use all the tactics to make you seem like you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And then they're gonna put you away. But I ain't gonna stay here too much longer. I'm about to get the hell on. I ain't even supposed to be up in here. I was really here just to try to, you know what I mean? Get my energy going, just to loop it back, bro. They trying to sit here and keep me from producing positive works. I was here to do a certain thing. I was here to take care of my appointments, and somebody derailed my situation because these people is not the movement. I don't need nothing from none of these folks. Mine's stupid long, big as a trunk, but I don't need nobody trying to get to my left or my right.